G Money.
What's up, man?
I've been using this beard wash.
Oh yeah?
Maestro's classic beard wash.
Talk about it.
I walked in, got it, CVS, Target, you know what I mean? And the good people at Maestro's been taking care of me. You know, they got this beard butter, the beard restoration. Is it restoration? Is that the right word?
I don't know. But that's the same beard that if you put your name in, you get 10% off?
Yeah, 10% off at maestrosclassic.com. Maestros with an S. Why don't you use the product yet, G?
I have. Look, you see my beard growing, man.
Get yours today at maestrosclassic.com or walk in Target or CVS and get yours now. And you get 10% off if you put the Queens Flip code on the website. I'm from Queens. Yo, man, what's up, G?
What's up, man?
Damn, son. Oh, man. 30 days.
30 days?
30 days. 30 more days.
What?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm living. You out here?
See, I haven't seen you in a while, man. You looking good?
You sure?
Yeah, man. Dawson getting big. He did the challenge. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
my nephew,
crazy.
man.
I see you getting money out here, man. What's up?
Don't watch me. You get the most money here, man.
Nah,
you know,
I'm broke as a joke,
I
baby.
had to call you for a favor.
I got no money, baby.
You just pressed us downstairs for your remainder, and you know I definitely appreciate that because I will press you too. Why? I never had to press you for money.
I never borrowed money.
I didn't want you to say that. I wanted you to make me look good and say you always, you know, because you flip.
Sorry.
Because flip, I always pay back my money, but you never borrowed. You're right. How you doing?
I'm all right, man.
That's disrespectful. Don't press that. Everything is good?
Good.
Good seeing you. How's the sex life?
Oh, man, you got me first this time, right?
Yeah, how is it? Good?
It's all right, you know.
You been having sex? You have another kid on the way yet?
Taking it easy.
You have another child on the way?
One stroke at a time, you know.
One day at a time, CBS. Woohoo! We chilling though, man. Good seeing you, man.
How was the camping trip?
Camping trip was horrible, man. You know.
So I should have came with y'all still? Or?
Yeah, please. I wish you would have. I mean, you know, I definitely. Everybody's talking around on, you know, saying that I fired everybody, but I didn't fire everybody. I just took a break. I needed a break to myself to get my mind together. But they said I let the all 9 people go.
You kind of went on the rant.
I went on
Instagram.
Rant. Yes, bit. I did.
It was like subliminal, but not subliminal, I guess.
Well, you know who it was about. It had nothing to do with you.
Nah, I knew. I don't know who it was about though. I know it wasn't me, but I know.
Watch your mouth.
You didn't say any names.
I don't need to say names.
Why not?
If it don't apply, let it fly. If the shoe fits, wear it, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? It wasn't about you, man.
I know.
I called you and shit. Yeah, what's up with you, man? I thought you said I changed, man.
You did.
All right, good, man.
I think you changed it again.
Yo, Space, what's up, Space Ghost? You got us kicked out the spot, huh? 30 days.
Damn, Space.
Yeah. Disrespectful. Tell the VPs you don't know. Disrespecting them. Very rude. You told them, hold on. You stopped in the middle of the sentence to explain. Huh?
Why did they want to talk to me?
Because you allowed a lady to come in here. You opened the door for a lady that had nothing to that had no reason to be in this building at the time. You opened the door for her when Shampoo called you privately and asked you not to let her in. Yes or no? No. Yo, nah. I ain't gonna let you lie on him today. The Shampoo called you and said that. Really?
No, he didn't.
Really? He didn't call and tell you the lady wanted to come in and you shouldn't let her. You should open the door.
No, he called me and told me he wanted a lady. She knew that lady. That's his problem. It's his fault. He invited her.
You are a cold son of a.
Cold-blooded.
How you do? You good? You diss DC girls? Did you apologize to them?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Did you apologize?
You said they're widows.
They are.
Huh?
How?
They do weird things.
Like what?
They're just weird.
Because one girl curved you, so all bitches is weird. All right, you said in the Uber, she curved you. We going to drive down the alley. Nigga, first of all, he trying to say she got out the Uber. Nigga, no, she never got in the Uber, motherfucker. G Money.
Yo.
Episode motherfucking 71.
Nigga, we made it.
We got a guest today, a special guest.
He's professional too. Notice he's so
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah.
Every guest we had on the show, I think, said something in the background before he introduced him.
I don't think he trusts me too much. I don't think he trusts me.
I don't want to talk over y'all, you know.
Nah, but you know, I'm just saying, every guest we had, they sat in that seat and they said something, or they got on the phone, or they did something. We like, yo, we ain't get to you yet. He was quiet as a mouse the whole time. This guy's a legend,
You
man.
gonna do the introduction?
I mean, you know,
You gonna do the introduction? Hip hop?
he don't need an
Pioneer.
introduction, but you know, hip hop.
Yo, G, tell them what happened when we was on our way here to
Oh,
to
God.
the studio.
Well, first of all, slow your ass down.
Tell me what happened.
We gotta introduce you.
I mean, look, you
Slow down.
see how it changed up? Now it's my side? All right, let's go.
Introduce you properly, man. Come on, man.
Yo, we here today with hip hop, hip hop legend, hip hop pioneer. This man started a lot of people's careers.
Facts.
This man put a lot of people on. You know, he set the trend for a lot of
Gave
things
him
in
a
hip hop.
job, them 2-bit slobs.
Oh. You know, we here today with Uncle Ralph Mcdaniels, video music box in the building. Let's do it, man.
What's up, man?
That's good, bro. Good to be here. I follow you. I watch you. I see what you're doing. I see the movement. And I know Eric D, so he told me to say what's up.
Thank you. First of all, it took you a while to get here. I have a problem with that, but we'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Can you tell us? Can you inform us what happened?
Oh man, so we was downstairs. You know, Queens Flip was shooting a skit downstairs, and so I'm watching that, and I went in the store to go check on Uncle Ralph to see how, make sure he was good, and then a gentleman walks in with a bag of alcohol and some cups, and he dropped everything on the floor, bowed down like he was praying to like Allah or whatever you pray to. He looked at me in Ralph's direction. So we like, yo, is it for you, G? It's for, I don't know who it's for. And he's like, yo, man. He started saying a whole bunch of words, and then we like, we're still waiting for him to see what he's gonna say, who he talking to. And he goes, yo, Uncle Ralph, man, Ralph McDaniels, you gave me this, blah, blah, blah. I was 12 years old watching you on TV, and all praise to you, praise to God, my mother this and this and that, and you gave me the strength to do this. A whole like he had a whole prayer like prepared. It's like he rehearsed it.
Yeah. Hold on.
He crosses his legs.
Are you being cocky, Uncle Ralph? Let's slow down. Be appreciative.
Nah, man.
Don't be cocky like that.
I love
say they're breathing and who the hell you think you are, man?
Look,
I know you're a legend, but slow down.
I was grateful to see him, and he knew it was facts that he was saying. I was like, okay. I watch you now at 2:30 in the morning. I said, oh, okay.
Still going.
I mean, I watched you a couple times. When
Anybody that watched me at 2:30 in the morning, I'm grateful.
So what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's our 35th anniversary of Video Music Box.
Yes, okay.
Been doing it a long time,
35
so I'm glad
years.
to be here.
Before we get to the whole Video Music Box, tell us about Ralph McDaniels, where you was born, where you grew up in. Like, tell us about the child. Like, bring us back. Like, let's move on back. Michael Jackson style.
Brooklyn. Born in Brooklyn. Moved out to Queens when I was 11 in Queens Village, Murdoch 212.
Oh, Shadyville?
Yeah.
Not really.
Not really.
Murdoch
at 212.
Yeah. And that's where it all started. In Queens you got a basement and a backyard, so you could sit back there and think about shit. And so
with your mom?
Yeah. Both parents.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
stand up guy. Huh?
And so, we got it going. Next thing you know, I met Russell Simmons in the park. Russell Simmons was smoking dust. And they used to be on the other side, right?
Yo, hell no. I can't let you
let's go.
It's my man. Russell tell you the same thing.
I can't let you talk like that, man.
But he'll say the same thing.
Because the nigga going through what he going through, now you want to talk about, come on.
Oh,
hey, you got nothing.
I can't allow you to say that.
That's my man.
Allegedly.
No, he was there. He knows. So
he took a dust gas.
We was playing ball.
What is dust? Angel dust? What is that?
Angel
I don't
dust.
know what it is.
Powder?
It's like a real small joint. That's back then. That's what it was. I was like, so Russell would tell us about this music thing that he was going to do. And I didn't believe him. I thought it was the dust talking. And so then one day we went to the city. And that was a big thing back then, to go to the city from Queens, And we went in a record company, and everybody was like, Russell, oh my God, they loved him. And I was like, oh, really? You got these people open up here. And he was managing all these different rappers, and then eventually he got his own record label and he started Def Jam. And he gave us an opportunity to go into these record companies and dress how we wanted to dress. Everybody else had on suits.
Right.
He came in there with Adidas on and some Lees and hat to the back, and we was like, oh, we don't got to get dressed up. We could just come up here however.
Oh, we out.
And we out. And that was hip-hop. That was how hip-hop's whole attitude was that he started. So I learned a lot from him that if you got a product and somebody wants it, they don't give a damn about anything as long as you're making money for them. That you could come up and dress and how and talk and say whatever you want to say. It don't matter. And that's what I got from him. And then eventually I started getting into the TV side of it, making videos. I directed over 400 videos. We found cats like Hype Williams. I used to go pick him up on 195th Street and Linden Boulevard. Some other cats, some young dudes that was around the way that wanted to get into it. And we started doing, I was telling G before we was on the air about, I was doing Juice, the movie Juice.
Oh man, that changed my whole.
Tupac was, I took Tupac to Queens, to Brooklyn before, he was even Tupac yet. He was still part of Digital Underground. And this year I just finished up the Roxanne Shantae. I did Roxanne. That's executive produced by Pharrell and Forrest Whitaker. And my homegirl Mimi Valdez, who was another person who watched me growing up on TV, said, "Ralph, I need some help with this Roxanne movie.
I like.
Can you help me? You like it?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Good. And you know, it was different because we wanted to tell a female story, you know, and that's what she wanted because she's a female. She said, I don't see no female stories. We need more female stories in hip hop. And I said, let's do it.
We could real quick. We could tell you an industry guy because you talk fast. You ain't gonna fast talk me. Let's slow back down. All right? You ain't gonna fast talk me. I'm a fast talk.
How can I possibly talk faster than you?
Well, I don't know, man. That's every industry. You try to sum everything up. Up here, flip the script. We don't sum shit up. We take steps. So now, you was born in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Born in what part of Brooklyn?
Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy. Do or die.
Hancock Street.
Okay, good.
My man Fab Five Freddy used to live down the block from me back in the days. For the old heads, they know him.
Got it. Okay. You moved to Queens at 11. What schools did you go to?
I went to 147, and then I went to, you know, that's in Cambridge Heights.
Oh, okay.
And
Like 236. We did the video there, man.
147.
We did the sidekick video there, bro.
Oh, I don't know that school though. But
Yo, hell nah. I can't let you do that.
I don't know that school.
Show him some respect. 237.
Then and then I went to high school in Bayside though. I went to I played football.
You went to Bayside High School?
Yeah, I went to Bayside.
Oh, okay,
So I played
Gotcha.
football because Andrew Jackson's team was whack.
Oh,
They had a football team. It was terrible.
my pops went to Jackson.
But they was good at basketball.
Basketball, yeah, the basketball team was alright.
But football, nah. So Bayside was number one.
Yeah, I heard.
A couple of dudes on my block went there. They was like, yo, you need to come over here. But then I realized when I got to my senior year, I was like, yo, these dudes hit hard, man. This is too much work, man. This is too much.
Yeah.
So I got into I played basketball too. So I played basketball, played football. And then I went to LaGuardia Community College.
Oh, wow.
And then we went out to New York Tech in Westbury. And that's where I got into the TV thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, you came across Tupac, and who were some of the people you came across that before they hit it big? Who were you? You said Russell. Well, Russell was already in the know, or he was just coming?
Russell was just a street hustler. He was like a dude that was just whatever it was, he was going to figure it out. It was a hustle, you know, so everybody could relate to him. But he would go, he was the first dude I knew that went to clubs in the Bronx. That was, you know, like the Fever and, you know, and all them, yo, we're going up to the Fever. And I'm like, what's the Fever? You know, what is that? You know, but, you know, there was other cats that was out here. There was dude, like there's dudes on the radio like Bugsy. I used to see him in the neighborhood.
Right.
Some other cats like Johnny Allen. These are older guys that I used to hear them on the radio. Damn, you know, how do they know so much about, you know, like people who listen to y'all probably go like, how does he know so much? You know, like, how do they do that? And that's what I used to be thinking. I said, one day I want to do that, you know, but I just didn't know how to do it. I just used to just hear it, you know, so.
Do you know the history of radio? Like, I heard, like, before Hot 97 came, I heard it was, do you know that history?
Yeah, when Hot 97 came, we really put Hot 97 on the map because it was 103. It was Hot 103 before that. It was like a dance music station.
I heard, yep. Okay.
And then they hired, they knew that, you know, hip hop was hot in the streets. And they hired Funkmaster Flex. And Flex
he was like the first one
first
there.
employee, black, you know, hip hop employee. And I said, you know, let's help out Flex. Video Music Box already existed at that time. And we wanted to be in it because we heard there was going to be 24-hour hip hop station. And we were like, so let's get up there now so we can get in the mix of what's going on over there. Maybe we get a slot. You know, I really didn't think about doing it, but I said, we should do that. We should go up there. We went up there. We put Flex on TV. Nobody was listening to that station, Hot 103. In the beginning, Hot 97. Nobody's listening.
But were they 24 hours yet? I thought
They were about, they weren't totally.
I heard they only played hip hop a certain amount of hours.
Right, it's like 12 hours, and then they would play some dance music in between that, and some pop music. And so we went up there, and we started taping. I thought that everybody was listening because I was just following anything hip hop. So I figured, well, everybody's like me. They must be listening to it. So let's go up there. So we went up there. We already was working with Flex. We was using him in clubs that we was doing, you know, parties with, and we put him on TV. And Flex said, that's when Video Music Box put us on TV, everything changed. All of a sudden, people started showing up to places where we was at. So we literally put Hot 97 on the map because people weren't really paying attention to that because only thing they had was Video Music Box and Red Alert and Mr. Magic.
I heard about it.
Late at night on BLS.
And I heard Red Alert let Flex play for him one time.
And that's another part of how that became, right. how Flex got that gig.
Yes.
Because Red wasn't going to go to Hot 97. He was already on Kiss. Magic wasn't going to leave, and Magic and Marley wasn't going to leave on BLS because they was already set up there. So when this other station came, it wasn't really established. Nobody was listening to it. It was perfect for Flex. It was wide open.
The start of Video Music Box, bring us to the beginning, how that all came into fruition.
I think that we were sitting there and we were looking at some of the programming. Like the station that we were on, people who know, it's Channel 31 back in the days. Now it's Channel 25. It's like a PBS station, public broadcasting. So it's all this corny stuff that was on there, and we were like, oh man. And at the end of every show, it said public broadcasting. So I said, so this station is supposed to be for the public. So where's the black people stuff at? I don't see no black people stuff. And so one day I went and I said, I got this idea to do these videos and we'll play music and stuff. And they were like, well, what does it look like? And there was nothing out there like that, other than, Soul Train or something like that back then. And then the show came on called Hot Tracks on set channel on ABC. And I was like, that's it right there. And they were like, oh, okay, we like that. And they put us on. And they said, can you do it every day after school from 3:30 to 4:30? I said, yeah, let's do it. And that was it. We did a new show. We did 5 shows a week, 5 hours a week of programs for 6 days. And we started, certain days we would switch it up to Tasty Tuesday. We would play slow jams on Tuesday. And then my man Crazy Sam, he had Nervous Thursdays. And
wasn't Star and Buck Wild over there at one point? Was that,
Nah, Star and Buck Wild wasn't over there. Star was they was doing the little magazine they had back then.
Yeah, I know they were doing a magazine, but I thought that they did something on Access or one.
They might have had an Access channel, but not the same thing that we was on.
Okay.
Yeah. Bobby Simmons was out back then. My man Bobby Simmons, he had a channel, and a lot of people in Brooklyn used to see that. So those were it. It was Bobby Simmons and me. Most people from that era think of those 2 shows. And then eventually Yo MTV Raps came around in 87, 88.
They just had the anniversary.
Right. Yeah. But they just basically took what I did and did their own thing. They saw that it was working. So they said, oh.
Did you feel away?
Nah, I didn't, because I was making videos for people, and I was only playing them in New York. Now they was playing across the country. And Ed was my man. He's from Queens. So, people say, oh, you in trouble. But when it first came out, nobody had cable. That was a cable channel thing. Nobody had cable yet back then. And so I was like, nobody's seeing this shit. Nobody's seeing Yo MTV Raps. Nobody's watching it. So, but, I was driving through Queens and Brooklyn, and the ground was being broken. They was putting cable down, so it was growing. It was by 91, 92, people had cable. Right. And everybody had it, and they was ready to watch Yo MTV Rap.
What kind of videos you were playing at first on Video Music
Mixed
Box?
up, all kinds of stuff. There was only like 10 rap videos back then.
Right.
It was like Grandmaster Flash, Houdini, Buffalo Gals, Malcolm McLaren, Hey DJ, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we would play.
Hey DJs,
right, yeah. That's just it.
Okay.
On and on and on and on. Stupid shit. Everybody.
Well, you say 2 different songs now.
Yeah.
What?
You singing something that's a little bit newer. He's talking about
It's not Hey DJ, you playing that song tonight. Not that one.
It's that, but it's where they got it from, right?
That's where they got it from.
Damn, I thought I was.
But that's good. That's good.
Fuck that. I thought I was on fire, man.
This one is like
I thought it was my shit, G.
Nah, that's good though.
No, that's
you're
John
right there. You're right there. This one is a
Oh.
Hey DJ.
Right.
Right.
Oh, that shit. Mariah Carey stole that.
Yeah.
Right.
You stole my idea, G.
Crazy.
Yeah. So did you real quick? I'm gonna let G, because I know G got some. Did you ever have the numbers of how many people tuned in at that time, or they didn't give that to public access?
They didn't have it, but we had a book. It was a Nielsen book. Back then it was a Nielsen ratings. And so one day somebody asked me, because they was like, yo, we want to, advertise on your show. What's your Nielsen numbers? And I was like, oh, I don't know. So I went into the office. I said, yo, what's the Nielsen numbers for us? And the book for that channel, it was all zeros. And then when it got to mine, it was like 0.4. And I was like, so what is that? What's 0.4? And it was like, oh, wow, we never had no numbers on this channel. I said, 0.4, that's like 1.8 million. And I was like, shit, really? Now, mind you, I ain't never seen, Nielsen is a box in somebody's house. And it says, it monitors what they're watching. To this day in my life, I've never seen a Nielsen box. And I'm like, well, who has these boxes, and how do we know? Is there more than one? There's mad people living in the house in some of these houses that these people live at. He's like, well, we don't know. So I said, okay. So I looked at that 0.4. I said, I got to get it to like 0.5. That seems like half of something. Then I got to 0.5, and I was like, how do we get to a 1? If I could get to a 1. Eventually, we got to a 1.2. So that was like, I don't know, 4-point-something million people.
Is that for the month?
No, that was every time somebody watched.
Oh, shit.
Every time somebody watched.
How did you guys get paid over that, though?
We didn't. Because it was a non-commercial station.
Oh, man.
So, we couldn't
for
use
love,
that.
basically.
No, we couldn't use that to get us paid because we would have known, because advertising agency would have been knocking on our door. But the reason why they weren't knocking, because they knew, well, what is this? It was, and we were second in our time slot to Oprah.
Oh, wow.
That was the show. It was like 6.2 or something like that. And we were second. What? And then third was like the Power Rangers or something like that.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
I used to tape that.
I
used to tape that.
Slow down. Slow down with the Power Rangers, please.
Man.
Slow down. Power Rangers. Show them some damn respect.
Yeah,
nigga.
Power Rangers.
That was Billy, Jason, Kimberly, Trinity. Tommy, Zach. Show some respect.
Facts.
So yeah, so that was that. So
you never got paid?
No, what we started doing was we started doing our own events. So we got into the event game.
And use that leverage to get the.
So we started doing our own events, and then people wanted to tag in and buy in on our events. We would go, all right, so you could be a sponsor for this event. So it became an event thing instead of a straight advertising thing.
Would you have done anything different?
No, because I stayed independent. I'm independent now.
Okay.
And I feel like if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have control of all my content that I haven't. Anybody who's listening, control your content, because you don't know what's going to be important years from now. You might think something that.
He's saying some things that I say.
Oh, yeah? It sounds familiar.
Are you talking to G Money?
Go to network.
Who? You? G Money, right?
Go to networks.
Who?
The networks came.
He take a lot of meetings.
Fox came.
Well, hey.
He do it? Since when? I think curve a lot of people sometimes.
Well, you don't be around that much, so you wouldn't know. Really.
That's all for you, because people try to get rid of you.
Yeah.
We don't have to bring that up. We don't have to bring that up.
Because we take care of our content here.
That's right.
Good job.
That's the key.
I wonder if he'll stick up for me if they try to get rid of me.
You never know. That's my guy.
Because I wasn't invited to Dragon Ball Z. I'm a fan of that. I wasn't invited to these things.
You said you were going.
I forgot. I think I said yeah. I wasn't invited to these things. I like you, man. You're a good guy.
I'm cool.
Yeah, over 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Hey, man. Give my man back his money, bro. Yo, but let me. I have a question. So, what? Give me your most memorable moment with an artist. It got to be some juice you got, Uncle Rob. Come on, stop trying to be secretive. You got this clean shave. I see you. Nice shave. Respect. Come on, man.
Most memorable moment. Okay. All right. So when it got to one point in the 90s, we used to go to Jamaica every year, right, to do this thing called Fully Loaded. It was a reggae show down there, and so all of the new artists, like Sean Paul, what's the dude's name? Elephant Man, that whole era of artists, right? And they used to treat Sean Paul like shit because he was like light skinned. That's where I used to take it, like, and it was in the ghetto, and I used to be like, damn, this dude is nice, but he's getting bumped.
Well, you talking about like 98? It had to be like 98.
Yeah, that might have been late 90s.
Yeah.
And they was treating him like he was garbage, And I used to be like, damn, man. When he got on stage, he got love, but he was more of like what they call uptown cat, like the uptown crew, where the dudes in the ghetto and in the gully they was running this event. That's who ran it. I'm talking about 20,000 people. Khaled was a DJ. Khaled started as a reggae DJ.
I heard, yeah.
Khaled was out there.
Yeah.
And he used to have dub plates and all kind of stuff, dropping bombs and all kind of stuff. And Mataran and all these other dudes. It was that time. And I used to just sit there and I used to say, damn, you know, I interviewed Sean Paul, a real humble dude, and he was just trying to get on. But they was like, you know, it was like, you know, elbowing him out the way. I was like, damn. And then to watch where he went and see how he's gotten to the point where he's at now is like amazing to me. And like, you know, I said, damn, I don't see Sean Paul too much. He don't give a fuck now. Fuck all of y'all motherfuckers.
He don't give a fuck.
Right. But he went through it to get there.
Yeah, because he did the song at the time with Mr. Vegas. Here Comes the Boom. With him, Vegas, and DMX. Yeah. He did that.
Yeah. In fact, one year DMX.
The Belly soundtrack.
When they were shooting, in fact, right, we were down there when they were shooting Belly. And DMX came to that same event. And so they brought DMX out and he did Stop Being Greedy. And they was playing, they was dropping mad, you know, sirens on it. And he couldn't hear the track. He said, yo, cut that shit off. Just play the track. But Jamaica went crazy for DMX.
Yeah, I heard.
Crazy.
But then he get in trouble for curse. You're not supposed to curse. Like
nah, this thing right here was all nothing. You could do whatever you want to do. People, the beach was right behind us, and you could hear, you know, AK-47s going off on the beach. Like, I'm looking up like, man, I don't know what to fall on my head. One year, Wyclef was there. Wyclef was it was pouring monsoon, rain was going sideways, and Wyclef climbed up on this thing and was playing mad dub plates from Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Kenny Rogers. I got like 10 years worth of footage from this event, but it was like the key event for that generation, 98. You talking about?
You never put it out?
Nah, I mean we put some of it. We license footage. Now, so if you watch Unsung and those shows, more than like if it has anything to do with hip hop, like this year it was Special Ed, Brand Nubians, Lost Boys. That's our stuff you're watching. Some of the older stuff.
They gotta pay you though once you license footage.
Yeah. So they pay for it because, you know, like I said, we took care of it. You know, we made sure that it was quality stuff.
You got 10 years with the ill footage you don't want to show niggas.
I mean, the reggae stuff is, the Jamaicans will come up here looking for you.
Them niggas remix anything, nigga. Your video be have a tag on it and all that. Log on, this is on the TV, and this is back in the day.
Right, they just do it over. They got a studio in the backyard. They make it happen.
Them niggas don't give a fuck, son. Why they like that, son?
They make music.
They remix everything. We use this shit, nigga. All that shit. They just remix it, act like this dance, and they make money off of it. They get to perform it. That's right. Hey,
you Jamaican?
Hey.
Marvin Gaye's, yo, listen. Public service announcement. Leave Marvin Gaye samples alone. They are out here suing niggas. Leave his estate alone. Ed Sheeran getting sued. Pharrell got sued. They won. Yeah. Leave that nigga alone. Sexual healing, whatever he got. Let that shit, baby, leave it. Just listen to it. They don't play.
They took everything. Now, I ain't gonna lie. The other day, I went to a party, right? They were playing a little small speaker, and I heard the "When I See You Smile." But I heard the regular version though. I'm like, oh, this sounds familiar. But it was the original version. I'm like, oh, they stole this shit too.
Yeah, Jamaicans always steal some shit.
Damn, son.
When I can taste the world.
I know I can do anything.
Yeah, there, G. How you know about that, G?
I know a little bit.
Look at DJ. He pretty good.
I try, man.
Pretty good. You said you shoot 400 videos. You shot over 400 videos.
Yeah.
Really?
Boys to Men, Belle Biv DeVoe,
Poison. Hell no. Who the hell this guy think he is? He's a legend like that?
Crazy. Wu-Tang Clan Cream.
Oh!
Nas, it ain't hard to tell.
Shit. I didn't know what it is.
Anything by Big Daddy Kane, anything by Biz Markie, all of that. Biz Markie, you got what I need. We did all those videos.
How many was in the
G-Rap in my team?
Yeah.
At the biggest point, we had a staff of like 25 people that we would go out with. We had an office on 34th Street and an office in Hollywood that we was doing videos out of in Hollywood as well. Yeah.
Wow.
We was doing stuff on the West Coast. Super Cat, I did that.
Hey, easy.
Ghetto Red Hot, we get the Ghetto Red Hot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes, Cat took me to his mother's house in Jamaica.
What?
Yeah.
That nigga's the man. He tried to threaten the whole crowd in Jamaica one time. You throw a bottle, I'll shoot you niggas. Nigga said, what? Look what Safari just did. Nigga, fuck him up at Dykeman, man.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. That wasn't a good idea.
What's wrong with that nigga? He bugging. And he be asking me questions. Every time he told me Hot 97, he want to talk to me about, yo, the stuff you do is crazy. Is you crazy, Flip? Nigga, no, you crazy. Niggas would have fucked him up. He's wilding. You don't do that at Dykeman, son. What made him do that?
He feeling himself. He feeling good, man. You know.
You respect that?
Nah, that was crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, so what's some of your top videos that not that you produced or filmed, but some like that you seen over the years and that you like went crazy off of when you saw?
Wow, that I went crazy off of.
Some videos that you saw that you put on your show, you was like, yo, this is.
Well, people ask me a lot sometimes. It's like, yo, do videos count anymore? You know, like back in the days, they used to count.
Right.
Now, do they really count? I said, yeah, look at this dude Drake. Even when he put out that God's Plan, he changed the game. He's giving away money.
Yeah.
Everybody's giving away money now. So the videos definitely count. You know, there's some white videos we used to play on Video Music Box, like white artists, like Aha, Take On Me, U2, anything by U2. We used to play those videos. Tears for Fears, Shout, Let It All Out. These are videos that I just liked, and I said, I don't know. I think dudes around my way gonna like it, even though it's rock and roll. They're gonna like it. So, you know, people tell me like, yo, I would have never ever heard of that group if it wasn't for Video Music Box.
Right.
Certain groups like that. So, I just try to find things that I like. The music and the visuals is interesting too.
Right.
So I look at it and I go like, yo, I don't know how they did that. This is crazy. How did they do this? And I said the audience is going to say the same thing when they see it. They're going to say, oh, how did they do that? So I play it, you know, and it's nothing. It's not like about the song. Sometimes it's just about the video. Yeah.
When you first got started and you was getting everything kind of going, like what was there a video that you really wanted that you couldn't get at the time, like an artist that was out?
I wanted to do Run DMC videos. I later on I directed Run DMC videos. But in the beginning, you know, like I wanted them, and this is my man, Russell now.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I got to direct the Run DMC video. He fronted hard on me. And I'm like, yo, I did all these videos for all these other artists. I did this one. But Russell, you know, he never let me do a Run DMC video. Well, not later on, when it was in like their last album. I did a video for them.
What was I gonna ask you? Because he stopped me, man. Got it. Now tell us who was an asshole to Uncle Ralph? You think you so slick? You try to miss. You want to be all perfect. Oh, yo, you can't see Flash right there. There's only one Flash in here. You're not gonna talk fast. I'm telling you, I'd slow you down. Bring it back. Who was an asshole to Uncle Ralph? Artist. Who was an asshole that you like? Yo, this guy was a fucking jerk.
Oh man, who was a jerk? A jerk. Nobody really. I mean, look, you know, if they did act like a jerk, it wasn't me, but somebody else would go over them and say, you acting like a jerk, and cut it out, you know? And
you never had any bad experience with any artist you trying to tell me?
Nah. I didn't have no. If you tried to act cool, you know, like, come on, man, we all trying to do something here. You know, we trying to build I'm trying to come up, you coming up, we trying to do something, you know, that's gonna make it work. So any artist that might have been just stupid for whatever reason, we clean that shit up real fast. Like, you know, like, yo, fam, what you doing? And, you know, and then they came to their senses.
So y'all pressed them niggas? Basically.
Yeah, we would press them. Especially dudes from out of town. When they came into town, this is New York. This is our city.
So you never had no bad experience with no DJ?
Nah, because I just broke it down. Nah, definitely not DJ. But
hell no, I don't fucking DJ.
But we just kept it so it was relatable. We not trying to be Hollywood. We ain't Hollywood over here. You know, we understand you an artist, you selling records, you out doing your tour thing, but we can't do that. We're not going to, you know, allow that to happen. I don't care who it was. Eminem, it all came to our show. Yeah, they all sat down with us, and we kept it regular. Don't get crazy.
I'm gonna ask you some tough questions a little bit. You know, there ain't no escaping these tough questions. Afrika Bambaatta.
Oh man.
You met him before?
Absolutely.
Were you friends with him?
I mean, yeah, we were.
You heard about the allegations that came out against him?
Absolutely.
How did that make you feel? Did you believe them? Did you? What's your stance on that whole situation?
I didn't believe it at first, but then so many people started talking about it, and I said, well, maybe this did happen. And he didn't respond to it himself. I don't think he ever, maybe at the end he made a public statement about it. And I'm like, okay, so if this happened, you got to address this, dude. You just can't let it go like that. And in some way you have to address it. And I don't feel it was ever properly addressed, and so I just have to go by what people say. Me personally, what I say, I think about him. I'll be like, yo, what's up with Bam, man? Like, I ain't seen Bam, and it's my man. We kicked it just like we all kicking it right now. And I never seen anything happen, or I know of anything personally that happened, but it was too many people coming out with passion. Like the first dude, I can't remember his government name. Ron Savage. I knew him as B Stinger. That was his hip hop name. Mm-hmm. And so when they kept saying Ron, I was like, okay, so who's Ron Savage? Then I saw a picture. I said, I know him. He used to be with Bam all the time. That's Zulu Nation. Mm-hmm. So I said, what happened? Why now? Like, how did this get to this point? But I saw him one day right after it came out, and he said to me, yo, man, you heard what happened. And I'm like, I heard, I don't know what to say. This is your man, Bam. You with Bam all the time. I'm, and I used to tell dudes like this, like, I'm not Zulu. Zulu Nation is Zulu Nation. I'm from Brooklyn. We don't have the Zulu Nation. I mean, they may be, some people in Brooklyn or some people, but that's a Bronx thing. Right. I don't understand that. I'm not from a gang mentality. I don't know anything about how y'all move. And whatever it is, y'all got to figure that out on your own. And, and some people didn't like the way I said things about, like that. And, in Zulu Nation kind of stepped to me, some dudes that were, I said, look, you not Bambaatta. Unless Bambaatta calls me and tells me something, he got a problem with what I'm saying, then don't call me. And you can tell me whatever you want to tell me. And I said, I'm from Brooklyn. I don't know anything about that. I wasn't there when Flash was in the park. I heard about it. I might have went through there a couple of times. I don't know what y'all do. I don't know anything about that, and that's what y'all do over there. And that's the difference between the Bronx and the rest of at least in New York City, the rest of the city. We didn't have, we might have had some gang activity, back then, in Queens or in Brooklyn or in Staten Island or wherever, but not like how they had it in the Bronx. It's a different mindset. That was what Bambaatta was part of. I don't know how that works. Now, you got Crips and Bloods and what have you. I think it's a different mindset.
So you were cool with Bam.
Yes.
You and first name basis, I'm pretty sure.
Afrika?
Yeah. So, that's a good one. Hey, slow down, Rob. Don't out-talk me. That was a good one. That was a real good one. Very sarcastic. So now you heard it. Ron Savage came out. Then it was a guy named Poppy. Poppy came out. Then Then there was a rumor going around allegedly that somebody stabbed Bam and stuff like that at one point. Did it change your whole outlook on him?
No, because I never sat and talked with him personally. So I think that he should have addressed it. I definitely believe something happened.
Okay, so you on the side, but it doesn't change your whole him. If you say he's dealing with young children and whatever.
Oh no, that's a problem. That's a serious problem.
Well, I'm just asking you.
No. I don't. I know. I mean, that's something wrong. There's a problem. Yeah. It's just like anything else. It could be that. It could be whatever. There's a problem. And so what are you doing to address this right now, dude? What you doing, fam? Right. What's happening? You got to say something. You got to address it, and you got to deal with it. And I don't think he properly. If he did, I don't remember it.
I don't know. He did. Yeah. I think that the
Ever
Zulu
addressed
Nation,
it.
they said that
they took him out.
Uh-huh.
Right, because the Zulu Nation. I mean, when you go to like Japan, there's Zulu Nation. Germany, all around the world, there's Zulu Nation. I mean, like they show up and represent. So that hurt a lot of people.
I heard.
Yeah, so you have to address that.
What made them come out at the time, though? Like, we spoke to Poppy, I was just, it's the time. Like, a lot of people come out later.
What you mean come out?
Meaning, not come out the closet, but, meaning that come out and talk about it. I'm going to get Poppy back up here to talk to him again. and I don't think I asked him that question, but what do you think? You know, like even with Ron Savage,
Right. What? That's what I said. Well, why now? Like, y'all, what made y'all do this now? I don't know the answer to that. I have the same question.
Mm-hmm.
Why now? Like, and then it was just like one person after another.
Yeah, a lot of people.
You know, and Star was like, whew, he was very. I was like,
shout to
Star was bringing him in. So I was like, this like. How did Star, like, what happened? What's going on here?
Yeah, Star took the lid off that shit.
Yeah.
Star let it out.
Yeah. That just shows you the power of the internet and how he just like that. And nobody saw that coming.
No.
Nobody knew that was going to happen.
No.
I didn't see, I never, as far as I see Bam, he's Planet Rock, that's all I know. And he DJing somewhere and he's Zulu Nation. And, he would show up to different events. I would go to their anniversary, and that was it. Seemed like a very smart guy. Not even seemed like it. Very smart guy. The fact that he knew that hip hop could go global the way it did, and he would set up this whole thing, where there were different levels of the Zulu Nation. He saw how far it could go way before everybody else in the early '80s, and how did he know that? Because it was just something. I tell you, I had a conversation with Russell Simmons one time in the park, and not in the park, in a club in Queens on Springfield Boulevard. I used to DJ there. It was called the Blue Ice, right across the street from the White Castle in Queens. And Russell came there with a record, and he gave it to me, and it was somebody rapping on it. It was like it wasn't a hit or nothing like that. So I said, well, why would somebody buy this when we do it for free in the park? We out here in the park every day doing it for free. So why would somebody want to buy a rap record? And he was like, he hesitated for a second. He looked at me and said, everybody's not coming to the park. Because my mind was, this is it.
Right.
If it don't happen in 147 or in 192 Park or IS8
40 Park
or 40,
yeah.
Where else? It ain't happening nowhere else. That's how small my mind was to this thing. Russell was like, everybody ain't coming here. And I was like, he like almost looked at me like stupid, like I was like, oh, okay. Because I couldn't imagine it being played on the radio.
Right.
They wouldn't play no hip hop records on the radio. They would look at, when we took hip hop records to the radio, they look at you like, this is garbage. This is never going to go nowhere. BLS had an opportunity. They got it with Magic, but they kept it late night. Hot 97 slipped in and took everything. They housed it. 24 hours of hip hop. Black radio station owners had an opportunity to get that, and they didn't get it because they didn't believe that hip hop was going to be viable.
What station was owned by?
It was BLS was owned by the Percy Sutton Inner City Broadcasting. That was a black-owned conglomerate.
Really?
From the Suttons were from Texas. And they owned, I don't know, maybe 20 stations around the country at the time. And BLS, if you had a station in New York, you was big. And they had BLS, the main black station in New York. They had the opportunity to buy it, to break hip hop. And they did. They might have played a couple of records here and there, but they could have really took it over. By the time Hot 97 comes in, that's the 90s already. That's already early 90s. And a company from Indiana, MS Communications, comes in and says, we're going to make this a 24-hour hip-hop station. And a white dude,
Indiana or Illinois?
Chicago, right. Yeah. And so they come in, and they come and and so they came in with this dude named Steve Stout, a rock and roll dude, blonde hair. Yo, let's get all of these people. And they had, Bambaatta had a show there that in the beginning. Flavor Flav had a show there. Ed and Dre, all these people were there, and they just let them do what they want to do. And that was hip hop. Let them do what they want to do.
I have a question, and I asked Tat Wizard this. Who do you think was the best radio station in the morning? I said it was Star and Buck Wild, but he said Ed Love and Dr. Dre and Hot 97 was the best.
That's a good question. I think Ed and Dre.
You think
I think Ed and Dre. I worked there. I didn't even. I just came. I came at the end. In fact, I wasn't even working there when Ed and Dre was there. But I worked there. I watched Ed and Dre take it from nothing to something. And I love starring Buck Wild, and I just wasn't a fan of the shock jock thing in the beginning.
Oh, I got it.
That's the only reason why. Now I get it. It took me. Oh, hey, you can't do that. When I was younger, like that's not fair. You blindsided him.
He said, "Well, we can't do that." Yeah.
But I had to mature to.
You would say that Ed, because I asked Tat, and he said the same thing. Ed and Love and Dr. Dre may have had the more popular, more on the show Hot 97. But I think, because I guess the age difference or whatever, I think it was Star. But wow, when I was
that's your era, right? More.
And because you probably biased with Star, so you got to ride with your man, right?
No, but I mean, I remember listening to him. It was lit in the morning,
Star was
man.
Crazy. Star was crazy.
No, it was great.
Come on, G.
Star was crazy.
He was playing like rock and roll sometimes in there. Star was smart. He like, I'm trying to go after like, that other money. That general market money. Even though I'm on a hip hop station, I really Ed, wanted to, but it was more commercial sounding. It was more, fun. But Star was going after, that other money that's just ridiculous, and I got it, and I didn't expect that to come from them when it first happened, because they came from some hood presentation, and I was like, wow. So they came in playing rock and roll, and I'm like, okay, and they was just beating people in the head every morning, and I was like, yo, wow, that's not fair.
So you were up there? When were you up at Hot 97?
I was there from 97 to like 207. Yeah, I was on the weekends. Yeah.
Yeah, you telling me I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't remember the years, but we know in 10 years.
Around that time. Yeah, about 10 years. I was there 10 years. And I taped, what after
So you got all the fucking tapes.
I taped all the Summer Jam.
Oh, shit.
So do you see the Jay-Z?
When Jay-Z and Michael Jackson?
Right. You ever see the Jay-Z meme where Jay-Z's standing there and people going, this is when, he knew he was going to leave The Rock, and he's standing there. That's me holding the mic, talking to Jay-Z with Dame Dash and Biggs and all the people standing around him.
Oh, wow. I remember. I know that footage.
They were just standing there.
And he's got that look on his face. He's like, that was the Michael Jackson night. It was after the concert. We were in the backstage.
Oh, shit.
And so, I was there for that. I was there for,
You have a lot of unreleased footage.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with them? Let's talk about business.
Well, man, come on, you set it up. I know you got something going on.
Slow down. I just definitely want to know. I definitely want to.
I'd say. Look, I do a lot of licensing. And that's it.
So if somebody needs footages, they contact you.
Yeah.
Licensing is big money in licensing.
It's all right.
I know about it. I got a licensing deal with Juke and Media, man. Slow down, man. I know about this shit, man. Who you think you're talking around?
What you stole this footage at? You probably like 1,000 hard drives, man.
Don't tell him. Niggas like him running your house. Don't tell him.
Yeah, I don't want the address. I'm just saying.
No, people have seen. I still have a lot of the big tapes from back in the days.
Oh, wow.
The original tapes.
Biggie?
Oh, no. They're
he said big tapes. Big tapes.
They're not digital.
The
cassettes. No, I mean we've done a lot of that, but some of them I haven't. It's just too much. It's like 30 years worth of stuff.
Shit.
But what's your overall plan with this footage? Do you have a plan, or you just licensing? That's what it is.
We do. Yeah, we have to digitize everything.
After
tape
while,
doesn't.
yeah.
No, we've lost stuff. Sometimes we think it's good and we put it in and like, whoa, what happened? But a lot of stuff we still have. Yeah, we put it out there. Come on, man. I moved through the hood easy. No problems. Cut it out.
That was a good one. I don't trust you, man.
I see where you going with this.
I don't trust
you,
man.
You see me.
Oh, man.
I know.
Yeah.
He
cool, man. This guy.
He's cool. I'm with him. I'm with you. I just want some footages, man.
What you want to do with it?
I want to put it on my YouTube.
Oh, shit.
Shit, I want some exclusive.
Michael Jackson, Jay-Z, right?
Like, yeah. When Jay-Z leave The Rock, the original foot, I need that stamp.
That'd be crazy.
Yo, how you got that, man? I forgot. I remember you. Yeah, you was everywhere, man. I remember being young and watching Video Music Box, and I was just confused, like, what the fuck is going on? But you were a legend, man. I ain't gonna take that shit from you, man. And you said a little while ago that you was DJing as well.
Oh yeah, I started out as a DJ.
Really?
Yeah, I started out.
What was
as
your
a
DJ
DJ
name?
Same name. I have my MC Shan always laughs at me. He said, "How the hell are you gonna have your own name as your DJ name?" I said, "Because before there was people started calling themselves G Money and other things.
Get
No,
him. That nigga.
you just had a regular. You just had your name. There was no, this is him.
So it was DJ Ralph McDaniels.
Yeah, that was it.
That sound. DJ RMD. That sound crazy, man. How long you was DJing for?
From 17, 16. I was too young to be in the clubs.
Okay.
I couldn't leave the DJ booth because, the dude said, "Yo, you're going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble with you because I serve liquor in here. You can't leave." So I suppose I got to go to the bathroom. He's like, "Don't." I was like,
damn.
So I'd be in a club from 10 o'clock to 4 in the morning.
Stuck right there.
Stuck. And I was like, "I got to go to the bathroom." So they would walk me to the bathroom. After a while, they didn't care. But in the beginning, they would be like,
And what club did you play? A lot of clubs? All of them?
Yeah, I opened up the first club I opened up in Queens. Well, there was this place called Blue Ice I mentioned. Then we opened up Encore in Queens, which was in Jamaica, and that was like the biggest club in Jamaica at the time.
Encore was with that's one.
It became what was it coming later on? Mercedes. What's it called? Mercedes. It was
on Jamaica Avenue, right?
Right. With
By the library,
on the corner.
Right, got you.
This footage, the infamous footage of the cats from South Jamaica and all of the drug cats from South Jamaica, and that's how it was every night. It was
time
crazy.
out. You got that footage too, right? I'm about tired of you, Uncle Ralph. You got hit with Fat Cat in the
Fat Cat now.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the Fat Cat.
Yeah,
that wasn't my footage. That was my footage.
Oh,
Okay.
it's on
That was
videotape again. Yeah. You got to digitalize it again. We know your tricks.
But that was what
You
was going
open that
on.
club when you say open
Yeah,
it.
we built it from the ground. It wasn't there. And we built it from the ground up.
Wow.
And we brought in groups from all over from the city, and that became like the main spot. And that was pre-crack.
Mercedes, yeah.
That was pre-crack era. That was coke era. People would sit around and just sniff coke on the tables and shit. Then the crack era came, and that was the young cats, and that's when it.
And you never did drugs.
Nah, that's when it got crazy. That's when it was the Wild Wild West out there in South Jamaica, Queens. So, but one thing I could say, I always knew everybody. From Baisley, from Southside, from Rochdale, from wherever. I knew everybody there because they came to the club. They were like, "Oh, he's the DJ dude." That's how they knew me. I was just the DJ, so I got a pass on everything. Yeah. Then I became one. Then I got on video music. About that's the same dude that used to be DJing in the club over there. I'm like, yeah, that's him. So I know people from a long time, where they started, watched people do
Were
things.
you just a player or you know how to scratch and all that ill shit?
I was more of a blend dude.
Okay.
Blends. Scratching came, a little bit after me, like that whole scene of, touching the record. We ain't touched the record like that. Back in the
But you
like,
blended well.
you messed in the record. We paid good money for that record. Why are you gonna scratch it up like that? That's but I had to adapt because that's what that was hip hop. So that's how,
What was one of the biggest events in Queens that you remember? Was it when Tupac came to Roy Wilkins?
Oh, I don't even remember that one.
Did he come to Tupac with
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You didn't know Tupac went to Roy Wilkins?
Nah.
Yeah. In Queens,
That was crazy that you was there. Like, this was a big event.
wow. I don't know. Because I was in Queens, anything that I did at the Encore was a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, that was about as big as in the Encore hold, like 1,000 people. It seemed like it was like 10,000 people in there. Like when you were a kid, you thought something was huge, and then you go back there now, you be like, yeah, I felt like this was bigger than what it was. But
So what happened to Uncle? What made it shut down?
it's the Queens Library Board. It's part of the library now.
Wow.
It's a
Look
list.
at that though. Now,
It's
like
for kids.
Look at the transition from
They sell books.
Mercedes. Now we
Yeah.
we do the events there now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We work together.
Well,
you know
we
what I'm
work
saying?
together at Queens Library because I do
feel
the
me?
hip hop stuff, and G's the hip hop entrepreneur, and he knows how to make it move. So
You feel me? I'm out here, man.
He don't put me a part of these things.
Wow.
I know you. Gee, you didn't ask Flip to do nothing at the library.
No.
I'm even over there, so I know you did that.
Yo, you shoot it?
I got signed paperwork. If they want me over there, they want me.
You got signed what?
Oh, he's in the system.
I'm in the system.
He's in the system. You was in the system. You came last year for.
Wait, first of all, everybody, let's slow down.
you want to talk about it?
Back the truck up. Beep,
All right.
beep, beep. I did an interview over there for the children. It was dope. 2.
Yeah. I called you again for the next one.
I don't remember that.
Oh. All right, cool.
I don't remember that. You didn't call me. It's like you didn't call me for Vegas.
I don't believe in putting my friends on blast live on the air. You know, it's this type of thing.
I do.
All right, I text you. I say, yo, bro, we going to the second round for the interviews. You want this bread or nah? Oh, I'm good now. You know, I'm at a different level right now. I got more followers, so they're gonna have to pay me a little more to come out. Okay, cool. I'm calling somebody else now.
Who said that?
If you want to go there, that's fine.
I said if you need me, for real. That's if you need me. If you really.
If I'm hitting you, I need you, bro.
No. Tell him.
When do I ever hit you up?
All the time. Let me tell you something. Let's slow it down.
When do I ever actually?
Let's back the truck up a little bit more.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson, look, you see,
he's
he's moonwalking, nigga. Look, that's a start. Let's go back.
Talk about it.
Now, if you say, yo, Flip, I really need you for this, I'm gonna do it. That's what it comes down to. Bread and butter, baby. Fuck all the middleman and shit. Fuck the knife putting the butter on the bread. Fuck all that. The bread and butter. Yo, Flip, I need you. Did you say that? No. I told you what I told you. Instead of saying I can see what I can do, you didn't say that. You didn't say, yo, Flip, this is what I really got. You just said, okay, cool. It's there. The text is there.
All right.
You said, Flip, all right, cool. You didn't negotiate or nothing.
Because
you didn't say, yo, bro, I need you.
I'm not gonna do that.
If it was the other way around, I wouldn't have gone. Yo, G, I need you. How much else I need you?
I know you do. And so me thinking that when if you call me, I can show up.
You didn't say I need you.
It don't matter.
If
I call Ralph, hold on. I call Ralph,
Okay,
right?
respect.
Even for the baggy video, Ralph was in the video. He did me the honor to be in the baggy video.
I think it was amazing part.
I call Ralph. if Ralph told me, yo, G, I'm gonna see what's up. I got a lot going on. I would have probably left it like, all right, cool. I'm not calling him back because
Flip is in the baggy video, right?
Huh?
Flip is not in the baggy.
Yeah, he was in the video. He was in the beginning. In the intro.
Right. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
You know what type of guy I am,
The
man.
money doesn't come from you. It's not out your pocket. If it was out your pocket, it's different. Everybody that does business, when a corporation pays money, the first thing, especially when they get to another level, is to try to get a proper bag when it's from a corporation. If it's from you, it's different. Everybody does it. First question, if I try to get somebody shiggy, Flip, is it out your pocket or from? No, it's from this. Yo, I'm trying to get. That's how it always go in business. That's just what I learned recently.
Okay.
If Shiggy say yo, if I say yo Shiggy or Fat Boy, like they did the stack bundles thing for me. They asked me. I said, yo, it's coming from me. I need this favor. They charge money. Now if it's from me, yo, Flip, I got you. Same thing. If you and I told you, I was thinking that you was gonna go back to the people and request. I didn't think you put it on your shoulders. That's what confused me. When you left it alone, I said, huh?
No, but once you said, yo, this is what I'm in right now. I said, all right, cool. I'm not gonna debate.
I'm your man.
No, I'm not debating it.
I'm your friend.
If you my man, I feel like you should, and I don't ask for nothing. You should be like, all right, boom.
Hold me down, Rob.
He feels a certain way.
Uncle Rob, you don't understand what I'm saying, Uncle Rob?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that G got it like that. He didn't feel like that.
True. Because he doesn't want to negotiate. He's not a person that talk. I'll negotiate. If you say, yo, Flip, I need you.
He probably felt like he didn't have to negotiate with you.
Damn, you making it worse.
That's how I felt. Because you talk all this, my best friend, 10 years. Yeah, so if I text you and I have a bag, whether it's a big bag, little, it's still something for a small.
Wait, you paid him?
Yeah.
I didn't get paid.
You get paid. Ralph wants some more money.
It's okay, Uncle Ralph to do it.
But I didn't book Ralph when he came to the library. I don't know what.
Uncle Ralph to do it.
No, I didn't book him for the joint.
Wait a minute.
They booked him. They brought him through.
Will break my bones.
Hold up, G. I felt like the eye contact wasn't there when you was just talking just now.
Hold up.
What just happened? Just
Well, me and you? Oh, no. I didn't. No, honestly, it's good. I'll tell you right here. I didn't book you directly for our podcast. They lined it up for you to come through. So whatever they said the price was for you to come through and get interviewed, that was their thing. Okay. They had me book. After that, I was booking the guests.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. If a corporation is behind me and I need you for something, right? And the corporation behind, wouldn't your first initiative or your first initial thing would be like how much you can get from the situation? If it's not from me, 'cause I know you hook me up with a lot of stuff, so I know what you be. Flip. What you say to me is, Flip, give me whatever. You Flip, give me whatever, Flip. You know what I mean? At the time when I did the first thing, I was at 100-something thousand. I told you that. I was at 400-something thousand. I'm thinking you're gonna go and see, yo, this is what I can get you. I didn't think it was really first. I really didn't think you to take it like that.
Yeah.
I told him. I was so confused. I said, if the nigga really needed me, I would have did it for him.
Yeah. I just need.
I need you, Flip.
I needed people to fill the slots. I told you I had one slot left. My boss was like, yo, once you hit your boy Flip again, like he already in the system. It's easy, blah, blah.
It made me look bad.
So I said, I'm
you
gonna hit
told
him.
the story.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well,
He gonna hit. I didn't tell him.
hey, he's my man. Yo, that's not true. This nigga lying.
He's so having a flip. I say, yo, somebody's gonna do it. He's like, all right, cool. I said, I don't want to bring flip again. I brought him the first time. I want to bring different.
So you lied to him, and he's watching this.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you
You
got.
lied for your friend, and we got kicked out the building because of you.
Yeah, really. No. Everybody else but you right there.
Yo, man.
You're a wild boy, man.
Why we got kicked out, man? We out, man. Damn, Raul.
That's all right. It's a better place for y'all, man. So,
Thank you, man.
it's a better place.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get kicked out. I gotta go to my station. I gotta go do my show now.
Yeah,
yes,
so we'll let you exit properly. Don't ever rush us like that. That was very crazy. I saw you looking at the time.
Nah, I told my man. What time was it? Big up my man G-Ton. He's in
Shout out
the
to G
place.
John. What's
Shout
up?
out to you, my nigga. Salute. Yo, so can you sign out?
Hold on, before we sign out, we got address the 35-year anniversary. You had the event.
Oh, nice.
You had the event last week.
Yeah, we had one in Brooklyn.
Talk about it.
And it's like how you started the interview. Where you from? So I started the 35th anniversary in Brooklyn. Now the journey goes to Queens. We're gonna do it in Roy Wilkins Park, August 19th.
Crazy.
I'm lying.
We're gonna bring some.
Well, I'm in there, so
Well,
you know.
I'm coming through if you go.
I spoke to him. He put me in a bill.
Jiggy said he's gonna come.
Jiggy.
Shiggy?
Shiggy.
Is that
Okay.
Jiggy Shiggy. I'm on the bill, so
No,
you know,
I was just saying. I
I'll
was
be
just
DJing,
saying. I
so.
wasn't saying nothing.
Trying to-
I was just
trying to
saying. I was
text
just
me?
saying.
Trying to text me?
I was just saying.
I want to know something too before you get out of here. I see you got Flex on one bill, you got Kid Capri on one bill. Like, what's up? Is any reason for that? You try to
Oh,
what's up? You separated them, but is that purposely done?
Kid
Or?
Capri is coming. You know, Flex didn't come to Brooklyn. He couldn't do Brooklyn. So right now, you know, it's just Kid Capri, you know, and we have the Godfather Red Alert in Queens. But we got to have Queens. We have to have the Queens DJ. So we got you DJing.
Salute.
We got Rockaway Twins. We got the original Cast the Infinity Machine, Divine, and Ken Do. And I'm sure Grandmaster Vic is going to be there. You
Gotta
know.
pass through, yeah.
Grandmaster Vic.
GMV.
Rockaway Twins is a too short guy. I know them. Right?
Yeah.
Braids, they still got braids?
I don't know.
Talking about them, my niggas, man. They want me to grow up, man. But sign out, Rob, man. Sign out, man. Somewhere you gotta go. Sign out.
Hey, look. I'm glad to be here. You know, I ain't gonna front. I was a little, you know, worried about this guy right here.
I heard. That offended me.
I didn't tell him that.
I heard that.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah, yes, you did.
Oh.
He told me.
Okay.
He like, yo, no, this is how you put it.
But look, when I saw you with Ebro recently, he looked nervous, like something happened. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? He looked like Ebro looked like he was like, you know, in his feelings for a minute.
I mean, you know, I'm from Queens. but why you gonna be nervous? I wasn't gonna do anything. You know what I mean? When he told me that, he like, you know, he's a lot of people are skeptical to sit down with me because, you know, but I'm cool, man. Only things that tell me is just chill. Shout out to, you said, you know, my Uncle E, you know, Eric B, and you know, I tried to get him out. I tried to let him talk about his shit. But
He didn't say nothing. I saw that in the interview.
He didn't say shit. That shit got me tight, though. He ain't say shit.
And he got some stories.
What?
Oh, man. See, he went all the way to Vegas and that's crazy. Yeah.
That's it, man. Yo, thank you for having me. You know, follow me at Video Music Box. And that's it, man.
Ralph McDaniels, the legend,
Ralph
man.
McDaniels,
August 19th for Wilkins Park.
I'm in there.
Make sure you sure?
Yeah.
Do we have to like tell you that we need you to be there for you to show?
Yo, gee.
We signing out, man. DJ G Money, you know what it is. Picky Eater, season 3, sometime this summer. We you know, Comic-Con next week. Me and Space is out. 2018, San Diego.
Wow.
You know, shout out to Impractical Jokers, True TV. Be playing for them. We playing with Dragon Ball Z out there. The 18th to the 22nd. You know, if you're free, meet us out there. If not, it's okay. Sign us out, Flip.
What about Fridays?
Fridays, every Friday, ER Barn Lounge. Thank you. I may do my birthday party there on the 27th, so you know.
Your birthday the 30th, right?
Yeah, it's a Monday though, so you know.
Queens Flip, URLTV.tv. I'm from Queens, you know. Shout out to Space Ghost. He said he dissed all DC girls. We got to check him on that. Hopefully,
Weirdos.
Excuse me. Don't ask me any questions. We got after my birthday, nigga. We got 12 more days to get out the fucking spot. You think I want to talk about that? Huh? We got 12 days.
Oh God.
Right now we got 30. You talking about you stressed? I'm stressed too. And make sure they have our fucking deposit ready, nigga, so when we leave. Them motherfuckers, man. Fuck them.
Sign us out, man.
It's Queens Flip, URLTV.tv, man. Shout out to Space Ghost. Shout out to Uncle Ralph. I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you, bro.
Shout out to homie. What's your name again? G-Ton. Shout out to my man G-Ton, all blue over there. Shout out to my man DJ G Money, man. Remember, lock your doors, close your windows, close your blinds, peek through the blinds. And if you see Uncle Ralph coming in your property, you don't need a firearm. Invite him in, nigga. He got a lot of stories. I'm from Queens.
And a lot of footage.
Yeah. Don't run around him. You ain't gonna get shit.